Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Talking Crazy 88 back again with another podcast for you. I wanted to do a follow up podcast to that verdict that we all heard, that nobody around the world heard, was the guilty verdict of Daniel Holtzclaw for on most of the charges, on most of the counts. Uh, he was found guilty for either ranging in sexual battery, sexual assault, forcible sodomy, first degree rape. Um, this guy is a total loser and a scumbag for what he did to these 13 black women. He used his power and authority, which is not uncommon with these white police officers, with police officers in general. But the reason I mentioned in my podcast yesterday that this should not be looked upon as a victory, because it's not. It's not. However you want to classify this clown, this loser, this scumbag, um, as a white man, um, even though he's not fully white, he's mixed with Korean and white. He has a Korean mother and a white man as a father. Um, maybe in their circles, maybe in white society, they consider him a white man, but he's just another half breed in what the Asians would call it, the Koreans would call it a tragic arrangement. Because anybody that's non-white, that's non-black, excuse me, non-black, non-white, non-black people getting together with white folks, that's, to me, that's a tragic arrangement in itself. Members of the white society, members of the scumbag white society, they believe that it's more palatable, it's more acceptable, to mix with an Asian or than with a white than with a black person. It's always something. There's always something about that black white mixture. I wouldn't do it. I don't find white women are reasonably attractive. I've mentioned that in several of my podcasts. But that's not what this is all about, all right? Why I digress. I'm here to talk about to talk to the black folks that y'all should not be celebrating. Y'all should not be jumping in the street. This is not anything historic where a white man has been convicted of raping black women, because in this country, even in this country, 200 years into 200, almost 300 years that black folks have been in this, almost 400 years that black folks have been in this country. Um, there has never been a white man have been brought to justice for raping a black woman. Okay, there are several books. I forgot the title of the book, but it's very poignant that everybody. Hang on, let me go ahead and look up that book. Hang on for just a second. Yeah. All right, gang. The name of that book was The American Slave Coast. Um, the American Slave Coast. Uh, hang on. A history of slave breeding. The slave breeding industry. All right. Don't buy it. Wait till it comes. Wait, because I don't support. Because it's written by a guy named Ned Sublet. He's a white guy, a suspected white supremacist. It's Gus T. Renegade, like to call white people. I think they all, in my opinion, I think they're all white supremacists. Any white person you come across is a white supremacist. They should be, uh, whenever you approach a white person, they should be heeded with caution. Because these people are not your friends. These are your enemies, people. Daniel Holtzclaw, he's your enemy. Even though he's half white, he is your enemy. He ain't black. So in my mind, he's my enemy. And now this is the reason why. I mean, listen. I know I went back and forth, and I haven't really said why that y'all should not be celebrated. Because Daniel Holtzclaw is not fully white. He's accepted by white people, but he's not fully white. It's not like a regular white man being brought to justice for raping black women, which has never which has never ever happened. Okay, this asshole is looking to face 263 years. They're looking to throw the book at him as they should because this asshole was a police officer. This asshole had a badge and a gun. This asshole had powers of arrest that will fuck you up, that will ruin your life, man. That will not really ruin. Well, he has a capability of ruin your life physically and deprive you of your freedom. See, when you get arrested and then you get convicted of a misdemeanor or a felony, that's on your record, baby. That's on your record. It will hinder you from getting a job. See, this is what the white supremacists want us to be. They want us. They want us to be downtrodden, beaten up, and exterminated. You know, this is the reason why that there are the so-called black on, and I'm gonna do a podcast on that later on black crime. So the fuck what? There's white on white crime. There's Asian on Asian crime. Okay, you know, there's crime whenever you have other groups together. There is crime. I'm certain if you go over to India, right? You don't think that these Indians are committing crimes against other white people. No, they committing crimes against each other because there's more of them living with each other than white folks living with Indians. Okay? We just happen to live in a country which is unique, where it's all segregated. Every group, every neighborhood in any city, you go to any state, you go to any city, you'll see communities of people living together. Okay? Small communities of people living together. So within that community, there is going to be crime. There is going to be some lazy motherfucker. There's going to be some degenerate asshole that want to go ahead and deprive you of your property and or your life. Okay? There are people that want to hurt you. Okay? That's why it's important to protect yourself out there when you come across assholes that want to hurt you. All right? But getting back to what I was talking about. I'm going to do a podcast on that later. But right now, Daniel Holtzclaw as he was crying like a little bitch as the verdict was being read on all 35 counts, where he was found guilty on majority of those counts. Um, he was crying like a little bitch, but he wasn't crying like a bitch. You know, you know what? I bet you those women felt the same way after he was after they were being violated by this asshole. Okay, what about the other people that he arrested unjustly? Because he probably made some unjustifiable arrests, and sent, and they were crying as well in that booking station as they being processed, as they were sitting in that jail cell. Okay, it's never fun when you're the. It's never fun when the rabbit has the gun. Okay, so and it's never fun when you did something so fucked up that even your police union won't even back you up. The police union, the fraternal order of police didn't back you up because they must have known you was an idiot. You was an asshole. You were a dirty cop. You were a degenerate, sexually degenerate asshole. You were a nigger, in my view. You are a personification of a nigger, Daniel Holtzclaw. And I hope you burn in hell. And I hope you rot in jail. And I hope when you die in jail, because you will die in jail, you will burn in hell. Well, listen, I got to get to work. This is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of here, people. Oh, yeah, black folks. Let's be careful out there, all right?